So another season premieres, and that means a lot of work in the farm, and then also means that we have very limited time to get the shamba ready, so that we can do proper timing for the market. When the market is the prices are good, and that is in December, the second week of December, from the 10th. That's when the prices are very good, because everyone is in festive mood, and they actually spend a lot. So what we are doing here is that we have our shimos. These holes are going to be, we are going to plant capsicums. And today what I've been doing is putting manure on these holes, and as the guys dig, and so we've just finished doing the holes. As you can see, this is proper spacing, this is good spacing. The spacing is actually more than 60 by 60. This is literally like 2 feet. You can see the distance. This is because we want to give our capsicums space to grow wide, to have more branches, and also we want to give our capsicum space to have proper aeration. You also notice that there's a lot of greenery on the shamba. We practice Nordic farming. Nordic farming is a method of soil conservation, so we don't want to turn our soil so much. But this is the last season we had maize here, and we did a lot of manure. So targeting maize was our crop rotation. Crop rotation, and now we are doing capsicums. And it's how you start your capsicum is very important. And before that, we had pumpkins in this field, so the soil is very, very good. As you can see, let me show you. This is proper. This is good soil. The soil is healthy, ready for production. So how we measure our manure? We are using well-dried manure, the cow dung, but also we are going to use Yara fertilizer for this project. And we are targeting about a crop population of about 5,000 to 6,000 stems or more. And how I do it is simply this one kijiko ya mchanga goes into every hole. Goes into every hole. Like every hole you see here, imepata this one kijiko. This should be a good starter for our capsicums. Also, we need to, as you can see, have bananas here. We have bananas on the edges, and this means that we have to drench the soil for nematodes. Very important. That's a step you cannot afford to skip. This is nematodes, and then I'm doing a buffer. The last lines, you see this. Hizi lines za mwisho, see where this nyasi venye zimeenda, or hizi nyasi venye zimeenda. So I'm doing a buffer. I'm gonna do maize. This is tomatoes on this side. You have tomatoes on that side. So these are same crops. These are two crops from the same family. So these two holes, I'm going to do maize. Maize toka line from this end coming this way mpaka huko mwisho kwa shamba, as to act like a buffer between the two sides. The side we have tomatoes, and the side we have capsicums. The other thing we're going to utilize a lot is the use of traps, because now we're going to have a lot of thrips and aphids and mites. So very important. Also the hole. Let me show you how deep this hole is. So it's a sizable hole. This is because we're going to be doing overhead irrigation. But for starters, I'm going to be using a hose pipe to water the crops until zishike chini, and then I'm gonna introduce a hose pipe much later. So this hole, because we headed to a very dry season, La Nina season. So it's very important that when you do your holes, the holes big enough to hold water for the crop, and then you do proper mulching. So these are things that you need to think about before you set out your project, like how you like the method of irrigation you're going to use. Eventually we will go to drips, but now for now this is where we start. So this is where we start, then we save up for drips, and then yeah, so that should make our work easier, because now we can just run the drips from the farthest side of the shamba all the way back out where you see those houses where our shamba gets where our boundary is on that side. So that would be a bit costly for the drips, because it's got a huge parcel. So yeah, so that's the plan. So ideally, like I said, you need to do proper crop population for you to have better yields. So the idea is, like we discussed before, is have at least a minimum 100 by 100 of each section, like a quarter of an acre, having a particular crop, so that when you go into the market, your mahesabu zinaingiana. Because if there are a lot of factors that affect the market. One is how much how much your buyers are getting from you. Because if say you can be able to harvest every, like with this with like 6,000 pieces of capsicums, you can get you can at least have a sizable yield, so that you can hata mtu anaweza toka mbali akuje just to get capsicums. The cost of getting them from where you are, it's easier and it's cheaper. So this is day 2. As you can see, tumefika huko chini. We still have a long way to go. We still have another section like same size ya kwenda kuwekelea hizi nini, kuwekelea capsicums. So our capsicums will be ready by the end of the week. So by the end of the week we transplant. So that's why we're letting the shimos get exposed to the sun, zipona zipigwe na jua, so that at least we control some pests, some soil-borne diseases. But then we're also going to drench the soil, the holes, before we plant. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.